If you have a little bit of customer service experience, but you don't want to deal with back-to-back phone calls, I have a great paying entry-level remote job for you. I think you'll really like this one. I'm also including several other remote opportunities, including more entry-level jobs, a support supervisor role, and an HR analyst job. Let's scan through them. So let's start off with a member and provider service supervisor with the company WellSense. So this job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions, and this is a supervisory position where you're going to supervise a staff of 5 to 15 member and provider service center reps. So you're going to make sure your staff has all the necessary tools and resources to meet or exceed state contractual requirements and corporate standards servicing members and providers across product lines. You'll also identify and resolve service barriers, which includes but is not limited to claims, eligibility, enrollment, prior authorization, and benefits, working with partner departments as needed to do so. So that's the gist of what you're going to do in this position. They have more details. If interested, read through the details. So you'd be a good fit for this job if you have some customer service call center experience. Now they tell us they prefer you have 3 or more years call center experience. They prefer 3 or more years experience in a healthcare or managed care area and 3 or more years supervisory experience, preferably in claims operations or claims data setting. And those things are just preferred. They're not required. They also prefer but don't require. They prefer you have a bachelor's degree or an equivalent combination of education, training, and experience. They do want you to be able to demonstrate exceptional critical thinking and analytical skills. You're really comfortable using Microsoft Office products. And then you have all your typical soft skills you need for just about every job. Now check out the salary. They tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $57,500 up to $83,500 per year. For all of you with a pharmacy tech license, here's a good remote job for you. The company Phil has an opening for a pharmacy technician, prescription routing, and claims support. This is a full-time remote position. However, they're only hiring in what looks to be about 28 states within the United States. And included in this list of states, I see California, New York, New Jersey, and Washington. So you work Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Time Zone hours. You don't have to live in the Mountain Time Zone, just translate your local hours to those hours. And you need to be flexible for early and late shifts. And they tell us on this job description they'll pay you between $20 and $24 per hour. So in this job, you'll play a key role in supporting the full prescription life cycle, including insurance verification, troubleshooting prescription reroutes, and communicating directly with partners and prescribers. This role requires strong decision-making, communication, and multitasking abilities to ensure the efficient order resolution and best-in-class patient care. They list more details. If interested, read through the details. So this is a good opportunity if you have a pharmacy tech license in the state of residence. They prefer you're PTCB certified and you have at least 1 year pharmacy tech experience, preferably in a specialty, mail order, PBM, or retail setting. You have a working knowledge of insurance claim rejections, prior authorizations, override codes, and split billing scenarios, ICD-10 codes and DRUG classifications, FSA, HSA card restrictions and processing nuances, Medicaid, Medicare experience, routing tools, and reroute resolution logic. You can work efficiently and with attention to detail, especially when handling complex reroutes, and you also have strong written documentation and case management skills. Moving on, Chomps has an opening for, down at the bottom here, a revenue and trade accountant associate. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions anywhere on this job description. And sorry guys, this website does seem to be a little jumpy. I'm trying to be smooth, but I can't help it. So you'll be part of the accounting team. You'll process invoices, do some cash application, revenue, trade, and accounts receivable management, as well as ad hoc and month-end responsibilities. So if you have some experience in accounting, check out this opportunity. They'd like you to have a bachelor's degree in accounting or a related field. They prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have a few years experience in a manufacturing or CPG company. You're proficient in ERP platforms. You're familiar with GAAP principles and e-commerce accounting. And you're customer service oriented. And as far as the salary at the bottom of the job description, this is a great paying remote job. They tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $80,000 to $85,000 per year, plus a 15% annual bonus. Anywhere Real Estate is looking for a real estate coordinator. So this is a good opportunity if you have a little bit of experience in the real estate industry, and they'd like you to reside in the Eastern or Central time zones. So this job is a mix between customer service, consultative conversations, and case management. It's ideal for someone who enjoys phone-based work, thrives in a structured environment, and takes pride in delivering a positive and consistent customer experience. So basically, you'll be the first point of contact for customers entering the real estate referral process, primarily through inbound and outbound phone calls. You'll verify customer information and conduct real estate needs assessment to understand customer goals, preferences, and transaction requirements. So if you have a few years customer service experience, real estate knowledge, and you're comfortable navigating multiple digital platforms, you have experience with CRM systems, Microsoft Office, and Google Suite, check out this job. And when it comes to the salary, unfortunately, they're not sharing that anywhere on this job description, but based on my experience looking at similar roles, I have a feeling this job could pay around $21 to $23 per hour, but I can't guarantee that salary. You'll have to work it out with them. Rasmussen University is looking for an admissions representative to work full-time remotely anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions. So this job is customer service based, where you'll build strong relationships with prospective students through extensive outreach, including but not limited to calls, emails, click-to-chats, text messages, as well as in-person meetings. And I'm not really sure how much of this in-person meetings you're going to do because this is a remote position. So you'll actively listen to and engage with students to understand and identify the educational need of the student while providing accurate and timely information on Rasmussen's programs and services, and to guide the student through each enrollment step efficiently and effectively. You'll be a student's primary contact, serving as a liaison to each department within Rasmussen University, including student services, financial aid, and career services. So that's the bulk of what you're going to do in this job. They list more details. If interested, read through the details. So if you have a little bit of relevant experience and or training or equivalent combination of education and experience, preferably in an educational service, admissions counseling, customer service, and or employee recruitment environment, this job has your name on it. They prefer but they don't require. They prefer you have a degree. They also prefer but don't require. They prefer you have general knowledge of the higher education industry. And then, of course, you need all your typical soft skills, including you're comfortable with computers and you're proficient in Microsoft Office Suite. And I'm just scrolling around to see if they share the salary, and I don't see it anywhere on this job description, but based on my experience looking at similar roles, I have a feeling this job could pay around $20 per hour, but I'm not guaranteeing that salary. You'll have to work it out with them. Axia Women's Health has an opening for an HRIS analyst. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States, no location restrictions. So in this job, you'll support the day-to-day administration, optimization, and integrity of the core HR system, such as UKG Pro and PlanSource, while also contributing to analytics, automation, and continuous improvement initiatives. You'll work with HR, payroll, IT, and business stakeholders to help translate evolving workforce needs and effective system solutions that enhance efficiency, data quality, and the overall colleague experience. So you'll do some system administration and support, data integrity and reporting, process optimization, user supporting and training, compliance and security, as well as technology innovation and transformation. So if you have a few years equivalent HRIS, HR technology experience, and hands-on experience supporting UKG Pro, PlanSource, and UTM systems, and a working knowledge of HR data privacy, security, and compliance requirements, this job has your name on it, and they have some preferred qualifications. Read through them. If you meet any of those preferences, make sure to include them on your resume. And this is a pretty good paying job too. On the job description, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $70,000 to $85,000 per year. So our last remote job is the one I opened this video with, a really good paying entry-level customer service position. So the company Plaid has an opening for a consumer support specialist. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States, no location restrictions, and this is your typical customer support kind of position, but you're not going to be taking back-to-back calls. You'll only respond to about 25 tickets per day while consistently maintaining high CSAT and quality scores. You'll triage incoming incoming consumer tickets to ensure proper prioritization of the queue, accurately diagnose issues, and provide clear, effective resolutions, collaborate cross-functionally to resolve consumer challenges, and deliver timely, empathetic communication while contributing to team projects aimed at improving internal workflows and enhancing the customer experience. So this is an entry-level opportunity if you have a little bit of experience in a support role and you're able to exude a genuine interest and passion for support. You have experience communicating technical issues to non-technical consumers. You can work with technical partners, and you have experience with Zendesk or similar CSM, Slack, Google Suite, those sort of tools, and you're able to work in a distributed environment. And they list some preferred qualifications. They're just preferred, not required. If you meet any of them, make sure to include them on your resume. They include experience working with legal, compliance, and privacy partners, knowledge of DSR requirements, experience with AI and support environment, experience with other multiple types of support channels such as live chat, social support, those sort of things, and knowledge of APIs and fintech. And again, those things are just preferred. They're not required. Now for the big question, how much does this job pay? At the very bottom of the job description, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $77,760 up to $110,000 per year. And yes, this is a legitimate lead. I got it right off the company's website, and the company is legitimate. So that's all I have for you in this video. A nice handful of remote jobs. Some of them are really good paying. Some of them are very entry level. Hopefully something for everyone. So have a great day. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.